We have a lot to cover, but first, Governor Bill Lee is responding to concerns over SNAP benefits amid the ongoing government shutdown. In a statement this morning, Governor Lee tells SNAP recipients that they can expect a lapse in their benefits starting November 1st. Here to talk more about what it means and other issues affecting Shelby County is Representative Mark White. Representative White, always glad to have you back on 3 at 3. Good to see you.
Always a pleasure, Alex.
Let's talk about SNAP benefits. What can this mean, not just across the Tennessee, but right here in Memphis? A lot of families could be affected.
Yeah, this is getting serious now because we have about 120,000 SNAP recipients in our community, and food insecurity is a serious thing. I was hoping by now the federal government would have this solved where we wouldn't have to go through this. So we're going to have to, as a state, look seriously. Is there anything we as a state can do to support our own citizens in our state while this is being worked out? And this has come to a head now, and we really haven't thought. We thought we wouldn't get to this point, but here we are.
And Mark, I know earlier today we heard from State Senator Brent Taylor, who says there's a lot of misconceptions around whether Tennessee could use part of its $2 billion surplus to fund SNAP benefits at the state level. Is there some misconception here? What do we need to know?
From what I understand, I need to look more into it, is that we would have to have the approval of the USDA, and they are closed down because of the government is closed. So we're kind of caught between a rock and a hard place. But that doesn't mean that we as a state could take some emergency procedures to protect our own citizens.
We know some Democrats in the state are calling for a special legislative session to at least look into this. Would you support that?
I don't know if we would need that, you know, if it comes to that, if it continues on. But I think we could probably do it outside of a special session. But if not, we'll find out.
All right. Mark, let's move on. Let's also talk about what's going on with the voucher program, especially in Memphis and Shelby County. We saw some numbers, especially impacting the different zip codes. And in some of the more marginalized communities, we did not see that many vouchers for some of those zips. What's the problem there?
Well, I think one thing, a lot of times those who live in the poor communities maybe don't have the information or the tech skills and things maybe to go in and apply. But I think one thing may be going on, I'm going to check with this through the Department of Education, is that we already had in our county, Shelby, Davidson, and Hamilton County, we already had the education savings account that we passed years ago, and it was income restricted, and a lot of our community is already on that program. So that may be one thing where there's not as many on the new program or the education account that we.
So do you believe eventually there is a way to maybe kind of level that playing field?
That I would advocate for that, because I've always been if we're talking about helping those who have needs and everything, I'm always favor the income restricted part, because these are the ones who don't have the choice in the first place. So if it comes to that, when we go back into session, there's going to be a lot of debate about expanding it, either whether it be another 5,000 or more. It depends if the money's there. But so I think we really need to make sure that those who need it also the most, the income restricted part, are served well.
And can the voucher program really work? I mean, we've heard the pros and cons. Obviously, the governor is definitely pushing for it and has been extremely supportive of it, but you do also have some critics saying, I just don't see it. Should they? What are we missing here?
Well, I think I've always been supportive because I support parents' right to choose school choice, whether that be private, public, charter, homeschool, of that nature. But I also believe in accountability at the same time. We must have extreme accountability in all four of those. But I'm a school choice person. I've talked to a lot of parents who had their children in a private school that wasn't a public school, and it's not so much for academic performance, it's because the child is now happier going to this school. So there are a lot of benefits besides academics.
You grabbed my attention with another word, accountability. And yesterday on 3 at 3, we had a chance to speak with Representative Tory Harris, talking about his recall legislation, House Bill 1448, which would create, according to him, a process of removal of officials such as mayors, county commissioners, school board members, and other county officials. Is this something that you can support? And if so, why?
At this point, I haven't seen the complete language. It may change, but number one, I will support it at this point. Number one, I have a high respect for Tory Harris. He's the kind of representative we want, where we come together and we talk. And so I respect him, and if he's bringing this legislation, we're going to take a serious look at it. But on the other side, no, I believe that we as elected people we have a responsibility that when we get in office that we act a certain way. Our job, I'm a representative, which means I have to listen and I have to work with both sides of the aisle. And so that's what we should do, or we don't get anything done. It doesn't do any good for us to yell and scream at each other and take a position, just like what's going on in the federal government right now. The continuing resolution in the federal government, that is something that is simple, but we're holding our SNAP benefits hostage because we want to add another $1 trillion onto it. Now, that's what you do outside of a continuing resolution. You work together as both parties.
One last thing quickly here. Have you seen progress? And I know you've been watching very closely. Memphis-Shelby County School Board, what's going on there? Do you have more confidence on how they're doing their job? Or will we still see some potential takeover legislation, or however you would prefer to phrase it, maybe in the upcoming session?
Right, and as a matter of fact, I just got off the phone with a few minutes ago with a current school board member. We are moving forward with that legislation. It's sitting out there alive and well. We passed it in the House and Senate last year. We just had to line them up. But we're looking at all the avenues. I still believe that our Memphis-Shelby County schools, we're attacking crime right now. We have to attack the education because that holds a community back. And if you don't have a great educational system, your young people drop out and they get into crime. So we're going to continue to move forward.
Representative Mark White, always glad to have you back. Let's continue the conversation.
Appreciate it.